guys, welcome back to the channel. So this video is going to be a 5 things I wish I knew before coming to college, and I'm going to also include bonus topic. So, number 1. So once you have decided that you are coming to Western, you will then be asked about housing, like from housing and residence. So you have 2 options. You can either live in the valleys or in the heights. And there's 2 different, they're different. So the valleys is a suite style dorm, meaning 2 rooms are connected by a bathroom. So 4 people to 1 bathroom, and then 2 people to each room. Or you can have the heights, which is a pod style or like the communal bathroom style. It's 2 people to a room, and then everybody on the floor shares that bathroom, or in that pod section shares a big bathroom. So once you have decided which housing type you would like, then you can go about picking your room. So I lived in the valleys, so that means I lived in like the suite style dorms, and I'm going to be talking about my experience through that. And because I only had friends in the heights, I never really lived there. I can't really speak on that topic because I never lived there. So I'm just going to be talking about the valleys, and this is the valleys in question. So when you are going to pick your room, so let's say like I chose the valleys. So when you are going to pick your room, there are certain floors dedicated to whatever college your major is in. So my major is speech, language, and hearing sciences, and that is in the College of Health and Human Services. So, or there's like flight science, and that's in the College of Aviation. So then you would be dedicated to whatever building is said for your college. So because I was in the health college, I was in Valley 2, Iker, which is in the front of the valley, and it is like that first building on the parking lot. So once you have figured out which hall you want to be in, and then you can decide if you want to be with people that are in the same college as you, or with people that have a bunch of different majors, like education, psychology, like anything of like the arts college, anything like that, then you can pick from there. But I wanted to be with people in my college, so that's why I chose Valley 2 Iker. So there were 2 floors last year that were dedicated for the health college, and I was on the 3rd floor. So it was the 2nd and the 3rd floor that were for the health college, and then 4, 5, and 6 were everybody else. So I picked the 3rd floor because that was the only one that was closest to the elevator that had rooms open. So I picked that, and then I picked which room I wanted. So keep in mind, if you want to be closer to the stairs, you want to pick, if you're looking at it, you want to pick whatever side it says that's closest to the stairs or the elevator. And then you can, there's a roommate section on the housing portal, so then you can either room blind, and pretty much the university picks your roommate for you, or you can request somebody to be your roommate, and then it just has to get approved, and then they can be your roommate. So just make sure you are choosing wisely and keeping things in mind when you are picking your room, and also your roommate. Keep that in mind. So don't if you have somebody, like if you have like a best friend from high school and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to room with them, and then you end up rooming with them and your friendship with that person might fall out, then you're like, I don't want to room with them anymore. So just keep in mind certain things that could happen, but just be like, choose wisely and be organized about the situation. Don't have it all like jump it out. Like, have a notepad, write it all down and stuff like that. Okay, number 2, we are talking about sorority recruitment now. So there is a formal and an informal recruitment. So formal is a week-long process, and it starts with day 1 is orientation. Day 2, round 1 is philanthropy. And then day 3, round 2 is also philanthropy. Day 4, round 3 is sisterhood round. And that's when the girls come to the house for the first time, get house tours, meet everybody. And then day 5, round 4 is preference. And that's like girls that are handpicked to join us for preference round. And then that Saturday is bid day. So then that's when the girls open their bids and then they run home and oh my gosh, it's so exciting. So that's formal recruitment. And that's like what you see on like from the Bama Rush and all of that. That's what like the big hype is. And then we have informal recruitment, which is a more laid back. It's not as intense. You're coming to the house, you're meeting the girls, and we're not in like a formal attire. We're like in sweats and jeans, and it's not anything like super intense like formal recruitment. And it is it's usually an event or two that you're being invited to come and meet the girls, and then you can get a bid from them, and then you just have to sign the bid and then you're in. So that's what informal recruitment is. I chose to do informal recruitment only because I have really bad anxiety, and I knew that doing formal recruitment was going to cause me a lot of stress because I'd be like, oh, I didn't get like my top house back, or my like I got dropped from every house and like that I wanted and all these things. I didn't want to have to deal with that, and I knew like I wanted to be able to experience the houses from a typical day of the sorority rather than it being recruitment week and it's chaos. So that's why I chose informal recruitment, so I could get to know the girls on a deeper level and more of a like personal level and laid back and not as intense. During formal recruitment, you do get to know the girls fairly well, and you can have a really good connection with them, and then what happens after is what happens. But that's why I chose informal. And while going through informal recruitment, when I came to Alpha Chi Omega, I knew right as I stepped into the house that it was very homey and it felt like everybody cared about everybody and how they felt about anything and everything, and having that connection with the girls while it being more of an intimate setting rather than having 30 girls in a room screaming over one another because they're trying to have a conversation. So that was really nice, and like that's really how I knew that I belonged here, and I knew that it was my forever home. So there's that. Okay, number 3. We're going back to the dorms. Hold on. Smooth the break. Okay, so keep in mind when you are picking and which one you want, keep in mind that the valleys don't have AC, but the heights do. Only because the heights is a newer build. It's not brand new, but it's a newer build, and the valleys are really old, and now they are redoing it as of it is January 18th, 2025, and they are redoing Valley 3. 2 and 1 are still up. They're redoing number 3, and I don't know what they're planning to do with it, but I'm really excited to see what it's going to look like. And yeah, I'm interested to see what they're going to do. Like, nobody knows what's happening, but that's really exciting. So I chose the valleys over the heights because I wanted the suite style dorm, and growing up I always had like my own bathroom, or I was sharing it with my sisters. Like, it was not a 5 people to 1 bathroom situation or what have you. I was very nervous to go into the communal bathroom setting and like having to shower with a bunch of people. That seemed a little weird to me. So that's why I chose the suite style, and like it was mainly because of the bathroom setting, and I liked the more you have your own bathroom, but like you're gonna have to clean the bathroom. Like, nobody's gonna come clean the bathroom, so you'd have to clean it. But I'll get into that in the next question. So with the valleys not having AC, depending on what the weather is outside, I know my freshman year when I moved in, it was so hot. Like, we were all sweating moving in. It was very, very, very hot that day. But that's when you get like fans, and we had like I had a big standing fan, and then we went to Target and we got my TV, we got my speaker, we got a window fan actually. So you can open the window, and it's like a sliding window. So you open it, and we had like a not a box fan, but it was like a rectangle, and it had 2 fans on it. One that would like suck the warm air out of the room and push cold air into the room, so then it would like be a circulatory flow and keep the room cooler. So we had one of those, and I had my standing fan rotated, so it was like able to blow on me all the way. So that's like kind of a fix. Not necessarily. Keep that in mind though, like there's no AC in the valleys yet, I hope. I don't really know. Okay, moving on. Number 4. When you are picking your roommate, as I said previously, you can put in a request for somebody that you know or have gotten to know through like Instagram or Snapchat, whatever, or like a hometown friend. You can pick to room with them, and that's not a problem. You just have to place a request for it, and then it just needs to get approved. Or if you just want a room blind, then that's when the university chooses for you. So speaking on my experience, I chose to room with somebody that wasn't in the health college, and I wanted her to be my roommate, and I had gotten to know her throughout the previous months before I picked my room, and we knew that we wanted to be together. So I'm in the College of Health and Human Services, and she was in the Education College. So I had to put in a request like saying, hey, I want so-and-so to be my roommate, like this is why, yada yada yada. Oh, also because I have disabilities, I was able to expedite the process a little bit faster, and I also was able to pick a room quicker. It might have been like 12 hours before everybody else could, or 6 hours or something like that, but I had to put in a request for her to be my roommate because I have a hearing impairment. I knew that I wanted to be with somebody that I could trust, like if the fire alarm was going off, that I could trust that they would wake me up and like tell me, come on, we gotta go, because I can't hear when I'm sleeping and stuff like that. So just make sure that you can trust the person that you're rooming with, because sometimes things happen that you don't expect, and you want to be able to trust the person that you're living with to help you get out of those unexpected situations. So there's that. So moving on to number 5. With living in the valleys, as I said, you can live on a floor with people in your college. You don't have to. That's totally up to you. I knew I wanted to, because then if, say, I had somebody on my floor that was in the same class as me, then if I was like having trouble with the essay or something, I could ask them to like proof it, or ask for advice on like a homework assignment, or see, we could like bounce ideas off of each other and stuff like that. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So now we get into the bonus section. So if you know, this is also going off of the roommates, but if you know who you want to be your roommate, and so you pick your room, and then there is a, like, I know for Snapchat, there's a story, like, you can put on your profile which college you're in, and like you just have to enter in your college email, and then you have to verify it, so then it's not like you're making it up. You put in your college, like your university email, and then you put in the year that you're graduating, and then you're just put into a giant story with everybody that's in your graduation class. So I know after I picked my room, I like almost immediately went onto the Snapchat story and said, hey, if you're in, so I was in room 318, and the neighboring room that I was sharing the bathroom with was 319, but I put on there, hey, if you're in room 319, please contact me because we're suite mates. So then you can go about by making like a group chat with you, your roommate, and your suite mates, and then there's your suite of your 4 people. Then you can, even like before the semester starts or before you move in, it's a good idea to start delegating chores and say, okay, Sunday's gonna be our cleaning days. That's when we clean the bathroom and like vacuum the rooms, or whatever day you choose. Your individual room, you can pick between you and your roommate of like, hey, you take out the trash this day, and then I'll take out the trash a few days later. You can like take turns, and delegating chores is definitely a big thing, and cleaning days and stuff like that. So then your room isn't going to be like crazy dirty, and you can like try to prevent sickness before it comes. I know that coming to college, everyone's usually gets sick because they're not used to so many people being in one place, but just know that it can happen, but it also can be slightly prevented with making sure that your space is clean and not crazy dirty and stuff like that. So, and the same goes for your suite mates. Like, you don't have to do this. It is a good thing to keep in mind. Alrighty, so this concludes the 5 things that I wish I knew before coming to college, Western Michigan University edition. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All that YouTube stuff you guys know how to do. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Love you.